Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today is a very, very, very exciting one, right, Danielle?
Right.
Yes, Danielle's laughing at me while I do this because we have a very special guest today. One of my dearest friends, probably the most lovely person I've ever met in my entire life. So bubbly, so fun. Miss Arielle Giovengo. Hi, Arielle.
Hi, I'm
How
so
are you?
excited. I'm fantastic now that I'm here, especially.
Oh, yay. First things first, how are you doing with everything
Um,
going on in the
I'm
world?
generally, I want to say pretty good. I know that, like, obviously the circumstances aren't too ideal, being that everything's kind of like paused and time just seems to not really matter. Like, I know that everyone's just kind of not sure what to do or just like when life's gonna start back up again. So like in that sense though, I feel like I've been pretty good taking it slow, practicing self-love and all of that good stuff, trying to get into like just self-awareness, a lot of self-awareness practice. Um yeah.
I totally get that. I feel like I'm going through the same thing right now too. And like we're interviewing Arielle because she is a lovely aspiring actress as well as a very, very great person. But I was thinking about it, I was like, what a crazy time period right now to go and move across the country to go follow whatever your dreams. Like I can imagine this entire situation is a setback, right? For sure.
You know, I would say that it's a setback in some aspects, but really for me, it was a giant like set forward. Like
Yeah.
I know that it's probably frowned upon in some instant, like some way or another to say this, but like I know that some people have had this time like really bad, like they've lost people, they've gotten sick. Like I'm fortunate enough to not be able to say that. However, I know for a fact that if COVID hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here. Like I know that
Really?
for a fact. Yeah, like it brought me to such, just like it gave me the space to kind of just be really honest with myself
Mm.
about my mental health and like what was going on, and like I didn't realize how much I was living my life according to others, and like my fear of moving forward in life. And so it really gave me that like space to just hold for myself and understand what was holding me back and what I wanted my life to be like.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of went, well, screw
You
it.
did the damn thing.
I
That
exactly.
because I mean I've known Ariel pretty much my whole life, and I remember you when you were moving. Like I remember we were talking about it, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go down south, and I'm gonna be here." And because like here's the thing, when I say I'm gonna do stuff, I say it in the moment. I don't actually do stuff. Like as far as like making giant steps like that. So it's really cool for me to watch you do those things and move. Danielle, you can chime in on this as well because you also have done a similar thing where you move across the country. Like, I don't know, like how did you plan it out like because you were talking about this is my mental space, I'm doing it, it's a clear decision. What was like the planning going into that? Was it we'll just see what happens, or is it like point A, point B, point C, da 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 da?
I'd say it was a little bit of both. I'm the kind of person who, well, number one, like being my whole like going through self-awareness practice and like what was holding me back and like fear of moving forward, like that in general was just really terrifying for me. However, I'm also the kind of person who I will think about something until it gets to the point where I just close my eyes and I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm just tired of thinking, and I'll just go straight into it.
That
But
same.
yeah,
When I
exactly.
actually do that same.
Exactly. But like,
Same thing.
yeah, so it kind of was like I was cautious enough to kind of worry about each worst case scenario that could possibly happen. And like, no, there wasn't much planning in like that aspect. However, there was that anxiety that it's like, okay, I know that at least I'd be able to survive. And I
Yeah.
know that I wouldn't be threatening my life doing
Yeah.
it. You know, I'd be capable of living decently.
Right.
So, yeah, like going through all of that in my head, I just kind of like it was kind of like a wing and a prayer. However, I'm also really lucky because my therapist from high school, I went back to her like early on in the week, not in the week, in the, I'd say like that fall, like right before COVID started. And it was really just because like I knew that I wasn't living the life that like I wanted to be living, and there was just like a lot going on. But I went back to her, and I was with her all throughout the year for COVID. Luckily, like I didn't know COVID was happening, but it was just that everything happens for a reason kind of thing. It was like
Right.
perfect timing. But yeah, so I went back to her, and she really helped me figure out like budgeting and how I could be more stable and feel more safe making that decision. So she was with me throughout the entire transition. And little did I know, by the end of the year, she recently just took a leave of absence to go travel with her family. But um, she told me, she was like, Arielle, I wasn't being your therapist. I was being your life coach this entire time.
Yeah.
So it was just really touching to like have that transformation with that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really, yeah, because I feel like these like big decisions, even like if you're going to a school out of state, like I feel like they're so, when you say like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and you're like, okay, and then you're doing it, it's it I don't know, like it kind of feels like, see, I can't, Danielle's laughing at me. Danielle, do you want to chime in? Like you've
I
done
was
the
waiting
same.
until you were gonna finish, and then I was gonna say something.
No, because like to the point of like you say, like if you make a statement like that, a claim like that, like going in and being like, okay, let me have a life coach or somebody to like budget these things. Sometimes it feels very unrealistic. Like, and it seems like it's, you kind of take the fun out of doing it, but it is very important, I think, totally. Like
It
you can talk
is.
about that too, D.
So I'll try to keep mine short. My instance was is very different compared to Ariel's. Because for me, there was actually that stability in knowing, okay, I know where I'm going, I'll have a job, you know. Because when you're in the military and you transfer from like base to base based on your orders, which is like, here's your new job in the next however many months, right? They give you all the tools you need so you'll be successful upon arrival, but also give you the tools like months ahead of time, such as like, oh, here's house hunting leave, go find a house. Oh, if you need like daycare or something for your kids, here you go. So there was already stability there. Moving in that aspect was not hard. The other factors going into it. So for my specific scenario, the only other factor I had to consider was family, right? Not only being back in the U.S. for you guys, but also to having or considering your significant other. That was the one big main thing, right? Because I'm not a fan of long distance. I did it for a while, and it's tough. For me, it was tough for a while, and but afterwards, like it's okay because you get busy or you grow your mental health or your mental state, right? But in terms of actually moving, that was not hard. It was just waiting for all the pieces to kind of come together, be complete.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that, area when you were like piecing everything together? Like this is the hardest thing, is just trying to figure out everything.
I
Do
it
you think it was possible, like in your circumstance at that, like did you, like, no, I'm being serious. Like, did you think it was like possible? Because if that was me, I'm like, well, I'm just a nanny and a dog walker. I got no money saved. I'm speaking, if that was me, like,
I didn't think it was impossible.
Mhm. You
My
just knew you
thing
had to work hard to do it, right?
My thing was really just, I was extremely lost, like mentally, like whether, like no matter where I was location wise, I just felt extremely lost and like I had no control over my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I I wouldn't really, I don't know. I would say that it was like I was kind of waiting for pieces to fall together. It was more so like hoping. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just realized that like throughout my life, I I don't know. Like I just kind of have this understanding that I feel like things just always work out for me.
I have another question. Did you like road trip? Like, how did you move? Because
Yeah, so
she moved from Jersey to California for everybody that's listening.
yeah, so okay, so originally from Jersey, I gave my car to my uncle. I sold it
Mm-hmm.
to him. So it was just me, my mom, and her car. We took her car down to Florida. Our plan was, to stay there. At that point, I didn't even know that I was moving to here
Right,
yet.
because when we talked, you were moving down there.
Yeah, exactly. And so
Oh, I knew that much.
that's the point where I was like, oh, I know that I'm moving out on my own because I was like, I just can't live with family anymore. I love my family. I just can't. Um,
Oh, I get it. Trust me.
yeah.
Frankie?
Right.
But
Like,
yeah, so then at that point, I told my mom, I was like, hey, so I'm definitely moving out on my own. I'd rather be struggling somewhere that I want to be rather than struggling somewhere that
Oh, I felt that in
be.
my soul.
Yeah,
How did she
exactly.
take that?
She
Because
uh,
your mom, I know she's listening. Hi, Doreen. I love you and I miss you so much because I know she's gonna be listening. And your
she
mom is like, you're her baby.
I know, and her only one too. So it's like I get
Yeah.
it. But yeah, she was a little reactive, kind of like didn't really know how to handle it. She was
Hmm.
kind of like, don't just like leave me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that was something that I told her. I was like, hey, it's definitely happening. Was I 21 at the time? No, I was 20 at the time. No, was I 21? I was 21.
Yeah.
And
That
yeah,
was
I was 21. It feels
like
like
the
it was
summer.
so much longer ago. Yeah. Yeah, and so I told her, I was like, this is definitely what's going to be happening because like I just need to be on my own. And I told her, I was like, I'm either gonna go like now, like if we're looking for a place to sign a lease here, I'm not signing a 6 month or a year lease to be here and then have to just wait, because at that time it just felt like I was just waiting for things to happen. It was just like a constant waiting. Like when I was in Jersey, I just felt like I was waiting for the right time to move here. And that's
Right.
why I say like I don't think I would be here otherwise, because I was just waiting for the right time. Um, but yeah, so then she was like, don't leave me here. And I said, well, why are you going to be here when you could also be struggling in a place that you like instead of in a place that you don't want to be?
Right.
And we came to the conclusion that she should move to Arizona, because my entire life, all I ever heard her say was, I love Arizona. Arizona's so beautiful. I always want to live in Arizona, like all that stuff. And so I was like, just move to Arizona. And she was like, it's not that easy. Meanwhile, I don't even.
You're doing the same thing.
Yeah, she was. That's just my natural like voice when I'm talking, and her voice is just to really like
No,
get her
meanwhile,
accent.
you're doing the same thing though. You're like, Mom, we can do this together.
I
You
know,
know?
exactly. So it's like it just seemed like common sense to me, like at that point. But yeah, and then she was like, it's not that easy. And then like a week later, we're booking it. Literally, we just drove there. She's like, it's not that easy. It was that easy. We just drove.
My
And
God.
we didn't have a place lined up. She tried calling apartments and stuff like that, seeing if she could get anything, but her credit score at the time wasn't great.
Uh-huh.
So it was very hard for us to do that. And I was like, listen, if we're not going to go together now, I was like, you're never going to go, because if no one's kicking you in the ass, excuse my language, to go, you're just not going to, because you're so afraid you're going to keep finding reasons not to. And I knew that because I was doing the same thing. So, yeah, so we just packed our life into her car again, and we just drove, and we didn't have a place to go. And she was really worried, mostly when we got there. Like, I think during the road trip there, because we went on Route 66, and it's really cool because I have the pictures of like the road.
Oh my God, I want to do that so bad.
It was so cool. Like 66 by itself now it kind of weaves in and out of the regular, what is it, highway, interstate, whatever it is. So yeah, because it's so old that like it's just barely even a road. Like it just looks like, I don't even know. But
don't they have like cool buildings and stuff on the side of it and everything to go?
Not anymore, no. It's like really, really beaten down. Like it's probably in chunks too. Like it stops and like it cuts off, and then it'll go, and then it'll cut off again, and like it just keeps weaving into the intersection. So it's like not the intersection, you know what I mean? Interstate.
Whatever.
Yeah, so we took that. We went through Alabama, we went through Texas, we went through Albuquerque, New Mexico, home of High School Musical.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yes. Yeah, we went through all that good stuff, and like I think that it was less nerve-wracking while we were driving, because we were just so caught up in the experience and being like, wow, we're doing this. Look at the world. There's a world beyond our stresses and like all of that. And then when we got there, she was really stressed, and I really get that. We lived in her car for 4 days. Like we slept in her car. Yeah, like we brushed her teeth by like just I was gonna say detergent, not detergent, by like Listerining. Like it was gross, but it was like doable.
I'm sure also too that was kind of humbling.
We slept in a hotel for 2 nights, but then that became like pretty expensive, so we just started like living out of her car. And then I kept telling her, I was like, Mom, everything's gonna be all right, because everything's always all right. And she was just panicking. But then guess who was right? It was me. And we ended up getting her an apartment within like the 4th day of her being there. So yeah, and she's still living there. And then I came here like after 3 months. I stayed with her for 3 months. That was my promise to her, was that I would help her get on her feet, stay with her, and then kind of get more of a plan of what I was going to do to move here.
Yeah. That's good. That makes me happy. And it's good too, because like she's closer. I mean, she's closer to you in Arizona than she would be in Florida. And I know she has to be with you, like close to you.
I know, yeah. That's what she uses as her excuse. Her motivation is like, oh yeah, no, I wanted to go because I wanted to be close to you. But it's like, we get it, Mom. You just wanted to go to Arizona.
Yeah, and your mom deserves it. She's such a sweetheart.
Yeah, she does. I mean, it's a long time coming.
Yeah, totally. Oh God, that's so girl, you're doing the dang thing. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back into a lovely, lovely situation called high school.
Oh geez, all right. Where is this going?
No, because I mean, you can talk about a little bit, like your acting. Here's a stupid question. When was the first movie or TV show or something where you're like, I want to act or play or whatever?
Oh, girl, we're gonna have to go further back from high school, and I think
know.
You know exactly.
We did it all in high school, all that fun stuff.
You know exactly where I'm going with this. Take a guess.
Do I? Should I should know this.
Take a guess. 7th
What a
grade.
friend.
Just take a guess.
Don't even know. And you're a friend? Wow.
Wait.
That's a fake friend.
Fake friend. Fake fan.
Play that you did?
No.
7th grade. Oh, I blocked out a lot of stuff, Arielle.
Oh, I thought that was you remembering.
No, what?
Girl, Me and Paige, come on, we were obsessed with this. Please, you gotta.
Oh, wait, it's coming back to me. You and
Where are the
Paige.
war flashbacks?
I have to do that. Like I do the flashbacks in my head. You and Paige. I literally, I don't. You have to tell me. I don't know.
Dude,
Wow.
Degrassi?
Degrassi! That's what it is!
I mean,
Yes!
it's so obvious. Monroe
Yes! See, it came
Chambers.
back to me. It came back to me.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I honestly, like, that was definitely it. I mean, like, we'd have to go back if we're trying to like get into like how I got into acting, then I'd say it was that. But like, I feel like the entertainment industry was always in me. Like when I was little, I wanted to be Hannah Montana.
Right.
And when I didn't want to be Hannah Montana,
Lovely.
I was talking to myself in my room as like a 5-year-old, thinking that I was on my own reality TV show. And I was like, welcome to the Arielle show. And, you know, and just like talking to myself like that. So it was always
do that
in
now
me.
when I do my makeup. I pretend that I'm a beauty. Like, okay,
You're a
Corinne.
blogger, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it was always definitely in me, and I always loved watching movies. Like, I was always really obsessed with.
Are
Just
you like, are you a movie person or are you like a TV person? Because I'm like a TV person.
I'm definitely more of a movie person. I like having I like having that big message and being able to see the character development in one sitting. Like I just really like that, having that story. Like for me, it's like reading a book, but just like literally watching it. Yeah, so definitely more of a movie person. However, like it's more of, for me, like I'm not like a movie buff. Like I don't know a lot about movies themselves.
Oh, me neither.
I still haven't, like, I have this whole list of like movies that I want to watch and study. I recently just read the script for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which was genius, and I have to watch it to study it. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't watched yet. Where was I going with this?
Degrassi, which I was also a huge Degrassi fan, so I understand.
Yeah, so oh my god, I can't either. That was such a big thing. But oh, here's where I was going with this. So like I'm not like a movie buff in itself, so it's not like that's where the passion came from. It's more so like I was always interested in psychology and like, you know, with like the zodiac and just how people work. And when I love
the zodiac.
I love it. I just love personalities. But yeah, so like Degrassi was kind of like, it pulled me into that, and like seeing the drama of like people's lives and like how they react, and like, oh, I just loved it, and I just wanted to be in it, and I was in love with Monroe Chambers, so there was that. But yeah, no, it was just like really amazing, because I remember like that's literally when me and Paige, we kind of were like, she was like, okay, so my dream is to move to Canada, and she did. And I told her, I was like, oh, and I'm gonna go to California. Well, at first I told her, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come to Canada with you, and I'm gonna be on Degrassi. But then it turned into, I'm just gonna go to California and get an Oscar. And we manifested.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you do, because you said you started watching that like 7th grade, right? Or whatever, like middle school, junior high.
I started what?
You started watching like Degrassi and stuff.
Yeah.
I literally just lost track. Did you do the plays and stuff in the junior high? Because I didn't. Did you do Willy Wonka?
I don't think I did. Did I? Yes. No. I think because me and
many of our friends did Willy Wonka, and I was kind of mad that I didn't get to do it looking back at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did backstage, like the stage crew for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you weren't in it?
No, I wasn't in it. I wasn't in anything until like not acting class wise. Shout out to Miss Connolly, because I love her and I miss her. But yeah, no, I wasn't in anything freshman year except for her acting showcase. And then sophomore year, I believe, is when
I did too. I was in it freshman year.
Oh, Wait.
We weren't in the same class.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I don't remember you being in my class.
No.
But yeah, no. And then sophomore year, I believe. I don't know if I was in. What was our sophomore year musical or play or whatever?
The play was George Washington Slept Here, and then the musical was Anything Goes.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
That
So
was
until
my
anything
first
goes.
year of doing. So in high school, Arielle acted obviously, and then the dryer's done, everybody.
I was like, and then I pause.
I didn't know if you could hear it, but so I did. Arielle acted, and then I was part of tech. I did sound tech, but my first year was sophomore year. Was that your first year?
Sophomore. Yeah, I would say.
You were in.
Yeah, because I was
You were in
ensemble.
Anything Goes.
Yeah, I was ensemble. So that was sophomore year. I wasn't in anything freshman year though. I remember that I tried out for the 1X and you know, freshman freshman anxiety plus just like not being great. So, yeah.
Well, I know for me going into crew, I was interested in doing it, but I didn't know anybody. So that's why I didn't do it freshman year. And then my one friend was doing it. So she was like, here, come do this. Da 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 da. And I was like, okay. But yeah, that was a fun time. And then,
Yeah.
so, I don't know, talk about it. Because I remember it was well, when I wasn't getting yelled at for stuff that I didn't do, it was fun. Like, what do you like have any fun memories from doing the shows and stuff?
Oh my god, yeah, for sure. Like I I mean like the entire thing was a fun memory. Like I loved the putting together of it all. I loved the unity and community that came with it. I loved when we would go to like Red Oak or whatever after. That was fun.
I forgot what show it was, but
and then karaoke nights.
Yes. We went to Red Oak. What show was that? Was that
that was it Godspell?
I don't know. It was one of them.
No, I remember.
Anyways, if you think about that for a second.
Yeah.
You're a theater kid. You definitely know this in high school. What?
I think it was the boyfriend.
Was it the boyfriend? It was no, because like there was like the year older than us were there. Like I remember like Colin being there. No, maybe he wasn't. Maybe that was Wesley. I don't know. But anyways, if you're a theater kid, then you definitely know that after the show, you go to the diner and you annoy all of the people that are at the diner at 10 o'clock at night and you close the restaurant down. But that one particular night, it was karaoke night and it was so fun.
It was rad. It really was.
So fun.
Yeah, so though honestly, like it was just every experience for me. Like I loved doing it. I loved,
runs. Do you remember the Dunkin' runs?
I don't remember actually. Like,
did you ever partake in Dunkin' runs?
I don't think I did.
That was like a big thing. Maybe that was more crew than anything else.
No, that was definitely a crew thing.
Because we were kind of cliquey. I will admit that now, but because the Dunkin' Donuts was relatively close to the school, so it's like you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna run to Dunkin' before rehearsal. What do you want? Everybody will give them like $5, and you just come back with like trays and trays of trash Dunkin' Donuts coffee. But it was exciting because like when I did it for the first time, because like I got my license and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the Dunkin' run.
Ooh, yeah.
But the best thing about Arielle is that she is such the actress and that she really does bring in all these different characters. I remember, was it That's the Spirit? You were the ghost and you came out?
Yeah, wait. Wait. That was the one I think I was. Wasn't I the grandma who died in like the first scene? Yes.
Like, Arielle's such a good like. I don't know if this is bad to say. Like, she's very good. I guess character actor, is that a bad thing to say?
I don't know. Like, what does that mean exactly?
I don't, because like you're good at like. I don't think anybody else could have done that. Like you're good at going there and doing those. I wouldn't be like doing the most, but doing the most, in that you'll actually go fully into like a part.
Well, thank you. Number one,
Yeah.
definitely, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I I feel like there's definitely like more depth that I could give to it, but like I love doing those parts where it's like it was also kind of silly to me. So
Yeah.
it's like it was just fun. It was just playing. Like
Right.
there were many parts that like even in acting showcases when oh what was it called? But do you remember that one? I don't know if you went when Miss Connolly she directed it again and I was a grandma again for that one too, and basically it was like it was like an old woman and an old man, and they were in
With
love
the
with each
radio,
other, but they yeah the
I
radio
love.
and they couldn't
That's
hear
one of
each
my
other.
favorites.
Yeah, so like for that one and for the old woman screaming in That's the Spirit, like I for me like it was cool because I got to channel like my grandmother, and then I played my mom
Your
in
mom. I was
like
just
a
gonna say
lot of
for the
it.
one acts.
Yeah, for the showcase.
Loved
That
it.
I remember that's like one of my greatest like most fulfilling achievements, I think so, in high school, because I remember I was already doing two other parts, and then um oh what was his name? What was his name?
The director,
Yeah, Mr. What's
Mr.
his name?
Flores.
Flores, yes. Oh my God. And he was just kind of like, oh, do you think you could pick up another part? And I'm like, it's a week until the show. And
Yeah,
he
that
was
was that's
like,
very on brand
yeah. And then he
for
was like, I
him.
think you could do it. And I'm like, okay. And I read over it and it was literally my mom. And I was like, all right, bet. And so, yeah, like it's like stuff like that where it's like I've played my mom and my grandma in so many things just in life, just like telling jokes and stuff, you know, like I've
Well, anytime
watched
you
them.
like you talk about your mom, you impersonate her, and people.
Exactly.
I remember that show because I worked that show too, and like literally, you were everybody was talking about that part of you playing like your mom because everybody loved it. It
It
was
was so
so
much
good.
fun.
It was
I
so
wish
much
I could do it
fun.
again. Like it's stuff like that like being that we are in such a hiatus right now with the whole like acting thing, like that is what makes me go into withdrawals is like
Yeah.
just remembering how good it was, because like you know sometimes the self-doubt comes in and it's like maybe like maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe it wasn't meant for me or stuff like that, and like it's all BS, number one. But
Right.
that's a given, but you know the doubt comes in anyway, and I realize that it's just after like a long period of just not doing it, you forget,
You miss
you
it.
know, you forget that feeling of like what it's like. And just like when you remember how great it is when you like really put yourself into like one of those moments again where you're just having so much fun and you're just like flowing with it, like that's why I do it. Like that's
Right.
why I love it so much. And it makes you crave it. It really does.
No, I totally agree because I mean we're X amount of years removed from those experiences, but I will like think of a funny moment that happens and I just like die laughing, and then you go down that rabbit hole of like missing it and just thinking about all that stuff. But so once we graduated, you went to Brookdale with me. And
Yours
so
truly.
I mean, we're talking about, fun great experiences that were happening at high school. When you got to Brookdale and you were obviously pursuing getting your associate's degree in acting, was there any differences in um pursuing it there rather than high school? I'm sure it's a lot more concentrated, but
Yeah, no, definitely way more concentrated. It was more based on like technique and stuff like that. Just kind of getting like the basics and like learning the history and just figuring out what you would actually need in like the real world, even though it was more theater based than what I want to do, which is like
Mhm.
TV and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, no,
What
I would say it was
classes did you
definitely,
take?
huh?
What classes did you take? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, that's okay. I took, well, just kind of like the basics. Wait, what do you mean, like acting wise?
Yeah, because the only theater class that I took was like theater appreciation, which was just like learning about the history. I know you were like
Um,
doing actual like acting classes.
yeah, I did do okay. So aside from the actual acting classes, I did take what was it, film study or something? Um,
Oh, I did that too.
film appreciation.
Film appreciation, yeah.
Yes, which was awesome.
Who did you have? I don't even.
We had the same person, I think.
Did we?
What's his name? Monte.
No.
No. Okay, well that's who I had, Mr.
I don't
Mr.
remember at the
Monte
moment.
something. But yeah, so that was really fun. What else did I take? I did not take what you said you took. And then I took like the actual acting classes. So it was where like we did one that was scene study. We did one that like was more monologue based. We did improv, and then our last semester was the business side of it. So yeah, like that's pretty much what that was like.
Did you like learning about the business stuff?
I
Did you
did.
play
I
with
think
your
at the
fun about
time,
it?
yeah. I think at the time, like it gave me a lot of anxiety to think about because I just felt like, well, number one, it's also more so like the business of if you were going to the city to be on Broadway, and
Ah.
like that wasn't really like me.
Mhm.
Like I wasn't interested in actual theater, but they did go over like what was it? They went over if you were going to try for SAG-AFTRA, which is the guild,
Ooh,
the
the guild.
union for it. The union, yeah. So we went over stuff like that. It was kind of like Dabble, but it was more theater focused. Yeah, that was definitely what I would say
Really
about
important.
that.
I mean, I remember an interesting time at Brookdale we had when we took ASL together.
Yes. Oh, I missed that too, man. No, so when I was working at Starbucks, I thought of you because a woman and a man came in and they were deaf and nobody else knew, sign language at all. And so like I of course like just knew the basics, but I realized how much I forgot. Like
Yeah.
they were able to understand me and like what I was trying to say to them and they were appreciative that like I attempted. But no, I missed that. That was
I
so
miss
much
it
fun.
too. I had to teach some sign language to my mom because she had a patient who was deaf. So I was teaching her like hi and stuff. But no, the, the anxiety you gave me. We had a Disney project our like final project that we had to do in groups where you take a Disney song. Danielle, you have to listen to this. You take a Disney song and then you translate it and you sign it for the class. So I'm like, oh, it's fun. Me and Ariel are gonna work together. Da 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 da. This girl, I go, we should do like Akuna Matata because I love Lion King and that's a fun song. And she goes, no, that's too easy. We should do Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And this girl made me do supercalifragilisticexpialidocious in sign language.
I love it.
I literally was like, everybody thought we were crazy.
Well, we were. That's the best kind of person is the crazy person. Safe crazy. Safe
Yeah,
crazy.
I remember you being like, because Ariel and I used to commute to class together because it was a night class, and she was like, yeah, you picking like Akuna Matata is such a Sagittarius thing because it's so calm and laid back and it's like the easy way out. But like super calif da 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 is so Aries like me because it's too chaotic.
I do not remember saying that.
I remember you saying that because I thought it was funny.
Oh my god, that's so
No,
funny.
we
No,
did
yeah,
that.
I forgot it. I looked at I was on my docs the other day and I was
Uh-huh.
looking at like our breakdown of it and I was like, oh, I wonder if I could still do this and like literally this is all I remember and with the oohs and ahs. The
Oh yeah, because you had to condense it. I
Yeah.
don't remember much either, but like the fact that we did that, I was like, damn, okay.
I know. Do we still have the video? Like, where did that go?
I don't know.
I don't know
Oh
either.
wait. Oh, I don't know if I have that. Do you remember we had that I forgot what the app was called. It was like a chat group for the class. I forgot what it was called. I think it's on there, but I don't think I have it anymore. But no,
Yeah, I don't
professional
know. I
Fit
definitely don't.
is hilarious.
No, it was so
Yeah, that was
much
a lot of
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you graduated. What year did you graduate?
Uh, Literally just before COVID, like that, not that fall, but
2020
like
or 20 that
2019.
fall?
2019.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then, but
Right.
I don't know if it was while you were still in classes, but in the meantime, you were taking improv classes in New York. So if you want to talk a little bit about that and where were you taking them? Because I remember
Yeah.
you talking about it.
I was taking them at Kimball Studio, which is like this really well-known, well-respected studio on I believe Fifth Avenue in New York. And man, I loved it there. Honestly, I loved the whole commuting. Like I really just like
What
that
about
helped
like,
me.
did you go on the train? Because I feel like commuting to New York is such like an experience in of itself.
Yeah, no, I was on the train and I would go like once a week and I would stay with my aunt's childhood friend who is just kind of like, yeah, she's kind of just like a family friend now. And I would stay with her in her apartment in the city. And yeah, it was just really so much fun. And I feel like it definitely gave me more confidence, not only just like the independence of like commuting by myself, but also just like being able to navigate the city, being able to like develop more confidence in myself in acting in itself. And like, dude, it was so amazing. Like within the first month of me going, like they took me from somehow not being in touch with my emotions. Like I was not able to make myself cry at all. And we would do these things called 1 minutes where it was like they would you would have to kind of like substitute a line like who you're saying it to. Like so say my line was like I hate you. They would make you like substitute like who are you saying it to? Are you saying it to um someone who screwed you over, like an ex-best friend or a parent, or like just because it switches the meaning like
Right.
so easily.
Yeah.
So and then if you weren't feeling it within like the first time of saying it, you would just kind of keep saying like I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, until you just like really start feeling it, and then you just go off from there and you just word vomit. And it was such a safe space, and everyone just really like some girl I remember her 1 minute was her saying I hate you, I hate like and like going off on that. And then later after the 1 minute we find out that she was saying it to herself, like to a version of herself.
Dang.
That was intense. Yeah, it was like really crazy. She was sobbing at the end. But yeah, so they took me from like not being able to make myself cry to like being able to make myself cry like that every single 1 minute.
You can do it on command.
Well, yeah, you know, if
You have
I
to get
like
there.
do the 1 minute, like I totally can. Like it's
How
really crazy. It's liberating though, for sure.
Oh, sure. Like, I always enjoyed doing the acting classes and stuff. They were a lot of fun. How long did you go to those classes?
I went throughout the summer, so I started early July, and then through July and August, I had unlimited classes. So I was going like maybe twice a week, and then I did it up until December, but like September through December, it was just a once a week thing. And yeah, it was
So fun.
man, it was my favorite thing. Like
Were
I
there what
can't
was
say.
like the types of people in there? Because was it like college kids or were there like more adults? Like
It
how
was
was
working actors.
Oh,
Yeah, like
really?
yeah, like most of them like they'd been in like commercials, they've been not features, but like they've been in TV shows for the
Okay,
most part. So it
cool.
was like really great for me personally like to be around that because I get to see their perspective and like just, you know, the people that you surround yourself with the most, you end up being more like. So I was like, hey, I want to be around
Totally.
these people as much as I can.
Pick their brain a little bit, yeah.
Exactly. Like
Mhm.
find out the little secrets of
Secrets.
how
Did they
to
give you some
do the
like
thing.
stuff? Did they give you like some juicy stuff?
Not really. I do have this one friend, I believe it was her birthday yesterday, who we really connected through acting, and we were always like partners in the class. And yeah, she's great. Her name's Asha. She's literally like a
Hi,
spiritual
Asha.
goddess. Yeah, I love her. But yeah, so like I feel like she's the only one that I've really continued like that connection. But yeah, no, I definitely learned a lot from that class in and of itself.
I remember you talking about it. You were like so excited, and it seems so cool to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
it
like
was a lot of fun.
I feel like the aspect of going into the city, just in general, like like I'm applying to internships, right? And most of them
Mm.
are in the city because what I want to do is involves some form of media and stuff, which is in the city. And I'm like so intimidated. I'm like, can I do this? Like the city, it's the city. It's New York.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I can imagine that that was kind of a learning curve in and of itself too. I know you talked about that a little bit, but
Yeah, and like it gives you so much like feeling of independence and like you can do things on your own. Like I also was very intimidated by it. Especially I think because my mom being so overprotective, like I was always told the city's a dangerous place and you don't want to be caught in the street, like I don't know, you could be shot, like it was just like people saying how dangerous it is, but I feel like I don't know, like it was just very safe to me. Yourself, you're fine because there's so many people on the street, like if anything bad was going to happen to you, it's not like I don't know, like obviously be aware of your surroundings, but
right. And Arielle's got that. She's got stuff on her. She's got that mace. I was gonna say that. Remember that one time where you like came to my house and your mom freaked out to your point about how your mom's overly cautious? Do you remember that?
I really don't.
No, I think it was like fifth grade. We were living in the townhouse, and like I don't know why you came over, but I don't think you told your mom because we were on the same bus, and you
Okay.
came over, and then my mom had to like calm your mom down. No,
I literally don't remember that at all.
I remember that. I
Oh
think
my
that's the
god.
first time that I met your mom.
Oh my god. Wow, that's really a great first impression. But no,
No,
I guess it just happened so regularly that it
no,
was just
but
something like
my mom
whatever.
was like, "No, I understand because I'm a single mother too," and I was like, "Okay, that's fair. It's a good statement."
I like
Anyways,
how you did half my mom's accent
I
in
tried
your
it. I tried. I tried.
Yeah.
I just thought about that because your mom's so cute. But I want you to talk about getting your headshots done because for me, I feel like I mean obviously they're a very quintessential thing when you're going out and you're acting and all that fun stuff. You did that in New York too, right?
Yeah, so I did that back in I think like early February.
It was
Was
right before you left.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was early February. That's so crazy to think that like last February nobody was even wearing masks and it's like COVID was still going on and we just like weren't as aware of it. Like that's so nuts. Um but yeah, so I got that done in the city. It was by Ted Ely. I hope I'm able to drop names because that was him. Um and yeah, no, that was really fun. I feel like I was really nervous because, it was my first time and I wasn't really sure like how to work in front of it, like for photos at least.
You
Like
just feel weird.
yeah, because it's like you don't pose, but it's
Right.
like, can you move your arms or is that posing? Like,
Can you
is it a
smile?
headshot? Do you need, yeah. And no, yeah, like, do you smile? He did a very cool thing though, where it was kind of like he really emphasized having a conversation with the camera. So it's like you're just gonna what he did was he was like look off and like focus on a certain spot in the room. Think of a memory, think of something. And then once you have that feeling in you, just move your eyes and only your eyes back at the camera.
Oh.
And so he was like, and immediately do it immediately, and that's it. And that's when he would take the picture. So it's like that feeling was still behind your eyes. Yeah, so I really liked the way that he did that, and it was always just kind of like a constant flow. of it. But yeah, that was really, really cool.
They're so
and
nice.
yeah. He was really nice. His makeup artist was really nice. They were telling me what actresses I reminded them of, and
Oh, let me guess. Wait, Danielle, actually, you tell her who you think that she looks like.
Who she looks like? Oh my goodness.
Who do you think? It's kind of well, I know you get it a lot, but Ariel,
It's
but
obvious? Oh my goodness. That means it's not obvious to me then.
no, it's very obvious to you. You like love this person.
Do I?
Yes. You
Oh
love her.
my
She's
goodness.
from like a really famous television show. Look at Ariel. Doesn't she look like her? Maybe you don't. Maybe not anymore, Ariel.
maybe
I don't
not.
know.
I guess like I never really saw it, but like
I
my
saw it
family
a
always
lot when
told
you
me.
were younger, but now like not as much.
Yeah, I
Especially
feel
not
like
to Danielle, so maybe that's not true.
yeah, no, if we're thinking the same person, then I'd say I don't know, like my eyes just aren't as big. I feel like
Can you just say it
my
already?
I don't
Um,
know.
I don't remember her name.
Who's she
Uh,
from?
from Game of Thrones.
Aria, right?
Arya.
Oh. I mean, maybe just
What's
She
her
got
like
it.
this
importance?
part. But the thing is, Arya has straight hair, not really curly hair, and that like for a few seasons her hair is cut,
No, I
but
meant
I
like
can
the
see it.
actress, not like
No,
the
I
actual
know,
character.
I know that, but I'm talking about the character. I
Maisie
mean,
Williams. Isn't
they,
that her name?
huh?
Maisie Williams? Isn't that
Yeah.
her name?
Yes. That's it.
Ariel used to get it all the time.
I would literally
Like
my
I'm sure to
entire
the point where
family
it annoyed the crap out of you.
my
Right?
entire family for years. I think it just annoyed me because I was like, I don't see it. You know, like I see it, but so vaguely that I'm like, I don't actually look like her. It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you look like this person because you're both female and you both have brown hair
Right.
at
Or
that
like you're
point.
both short or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, okay, where does it actually show that I look like this person aside from being a woman with brown hair? Like, you know?
Right.
But yeah, so like my family was telling me that for years. And then when I worked at Over Easy, they were telling me that I looked like her, and I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, you got it all the time, I remember. I hate when
Yeah.
like I don't know, it's like a weird thing. I hate when people like celebrities have the same birthday as me and like, oh, you have the same birthday as this one. I go, no, they have the same birthday as me. I'm older than them.
I love when you do that. I remember you doing that whenever someone would say that. Like, I love that so much
Like,
because
no,
it's
they
like,
look like me because I'm older than them or whatever.
yep, it really shows that confidence. I love
Yeah,
that.
because I'm like, well, if we're gonna get technical, this is this and this is that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. Are you still very big into astrology?
I
Still
am.
remember everybody's birthday?
I don't know. Let's test it. I'm pretty sure for the most part, but like, you know, like okay, so when we were in high school, obviously I knew everyone in our grade, and then some. I knew their zodiac for some reason, but like most of them, I kind of forgot because they're just, no offense to them, unimportant to me right now.
No.
But
All offense to them. I'm just kidding.
no offense to them. I'm sure they're great people. It's just like, you know, life happens. But yeah, no, I remember most people's. But yeah, I still have. Do you have the pattern app?
Yes, but I'd never look at it.
Okay, so I still have pattern app, which I really love because I feel like it like takes the energies into consideration, but it also takes psychology and free will into consideration, which is very, very important, especially for like horoscopes or anything where it's like, oh, you could be feeling this energy, but you might not, but like people around you are. And yeah, it's really cool. Like, I feel like I've found out so much more about just like the energies in general. Like, for instance, like it's just weird stuff. So, okay, so I'm gonna go off of that with, because you know, you just got me in the zone here.
Yeah, I went, yeah.
Good
I was
job.
gonna say, I like the pattern because it tells me when Mercury's in retrograde and it makes sense why my life goes into shambles every so often.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
it's because
really?
Mercury's in retrograde.
I feel like my life never actually, knock on wood, where's the wood, goes like does anything when retrograde happens. I feel like it's more like a verbal thing, like, or like an internal thing where I'll just kind of feel very frustrated.
I remember one time I was driving to school and Mercury was in retrograde, and literally I had to like drive to school, and then I take a detour, and then the detour brought me somewhere else, and I had to go again, and then there was construction, and I look on my phone and I get an app. It's like Mercury is in retrograde. I go, this makes so much sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for someone like me, what does that mean?
What? So basically, when Mercury is like the planet of chaos, right?
Right.
Not really, but it's like
No, is it
it's not chaos. It's like, isn't it like the planet of like speed?
communication?
Communication. So basically, it's like, I don't know if you
And perception.
and perception. Did you just look it up, or you know this?
Well,
No, yeah, I know this because it's
Oh.
like when you think of like, I don't know if you know your Mercury
Well-
sign, my Mercury sign's in Pisces, so it's really just like how I perceive the world. But yeah,
so
go
here's a
ahead.
fact.
But no, it's like basically
wait.
when Mercury's in retrograde, it's like it's supposed to be like a bad thing.
Okay, so
Like-
here's a little fact. The god Mercury is the god of messages and communication.
Yeah, there you go, Arielle. Sorry, I just got like a really funny memory. Do you? Oh, I also didn't talk about Ariel and I had Earth and Space together, which was such an experience.
I remember Earth in Space. Oh my god, what a squad! That was such a
Can
small
we
class.
talk about your presentation with Omar?
I don't really remember that presentation. However, I do remember that day. You know what presentation I remember? When Andrew said something about a boat, and Omar from the back of the class goes, "That's a ship."
Other way around.
Like,
Yeah,
what?
no,
Yeah.
no, yes, you're right.
And then we were all like,
Same thing.
yeah. Yeah,
My
right.
favorite part was when he was talking about Pangea and how all of the
Oh my god, stop. I blocked
continents
this
go
out.
together. And we're
I
like,
blocked
where's
this
Hawaii? And he goes, oh, you know, in the middle.
No, because it got to a point during the presentation where he was BSing so hard. I'm like, I don't know how to follow this. It's just going to be you talking.
You were quiet, which
I
don't
could not
blame
say
you.
anything because I was like, if I say anything, it's just going to make your BS look even worse.
Yeah, let
So I
the
was
kid
just
dig
like-
himself in his own grave.
Exactly. I was just looking at him like,
I love that class so much. It was so funny.
that was a great class. I really loved how small it was, and I really loved how like close knit we all were.
It was all of our friends.
Yeah,
All of our friends.
yeah, exactly.
It was,
It was
so
what, like 7 of us?
Yeah, like 8 of us.
Yeah. Man,
And
that
we were
was
like the loudest class and the smallest class, Miss Bluestein said.
yeah, exactly. Well, that's just because we were so comfortable with each other
Yeah.
and with her. She had a great time with her class. She
I
had
know.
to.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I still don't believe that she didn't believe in global warming, but that's a separate.
Wait, what? When did she say that?
That was like towards the end of the year. Like, I remember that like she was just kind of like, I don't know what she just didn't think it was like an actual issue. And I just remember because we were all like really surprised. And then I remember that Andrew said something and was like, but you're a science
Yeah.
teacher.
Like an
Oh.
earth science teacher.
Oh, it's so funny.
So funny.
It was really like, that was a blast though. I miss you guys so much. Like I get really nostalgic for like just that because I feel like we had so much fun in high school. Like I wouldn't go as far as to say like it was the best 4 years of my life because that is the most incorrect statement ever. However,
I agree with that statement.
there were some really great times.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
say that.
Like, yeah. Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
We had some good standout moments for sure.
Yes, exactly.
But
But
the last thing I want to talk about is your girl. You've been posting a lot on social media, like on your Insta.
I'm trying to get that engagement and
I was gonna
following.
say, like, is that kind of your next move is to build a platform on different social media apps and sites and stuff? What's
I'm
your
more so
next
like
move?
focusing on Instagram, just because it was always just like my favorite. I kind of like used it, kind of like as like a self journal, just so it's like, oh, in the future I can look back on this and like feel this again. Um, but yeah, no, it's kind of come more towards just like getting more engagement and like building that following, because I know that in the future when I'm competing with other people for parts, it's going to be like, okay, so this girl's really good and she has a following of like 1 million followers, and then there's this girl who's also really good and has no following. Who are you gonna go with? So it's just kind of like that. Plus there's a lot of networking that you can do on there.
And I know you have
So
dabbled
yeah,
in that.
with
Yeah.
networking, yeah.
I'm curious to know because it's interesting. Would you ever consider doing like a YouTube channel or something in the social media realm? Because I know when it comes to usually people use that as like a stepping stone to get into the business, but a lot of times that can hurt somebody getting into the business depending on how you act and how you present
Oh
yourself. Do
yeah.
you ever see yourself doing something like that, or does that not interest you at all?
I don't want to say it doesn't interest me at all. It was always something that I definitely wanted to do, because like I feel like with my personality, like that's just it. Like I just am a personality.
Yes.
So I feel like yes, not only do I have a lot to talk about, but it's literally like if I just took you through like stupid crap that like I say on a daily basis, and like you just like have a video of me like just chilling for like a day, like I feel like that would be probably like the funniest thing ever.
It totally
Um,
is.
but yeah, no, I feel like it'd be a lot of fun. However, I just like I get really anxious thinking about having to edit it and like having to make it look good. Like that's not something that I have the energy or the knowledge about how to do, and I don't want to pay for, any of that like
Yeah.
equipment that I would need. I do have the ring light though. Hey.
I got the ring light too.
But yeah, so I'm not opposed to it for sure. Like if it came to having to do it, I would. Um, but yeah, I don't think right now it's something that I want to do. But yeah, it's definitely something to look into for the future. I'm sure when I get a bigger
Kim,
following, it'll probably be something I do.
I was gonna say in future projects, if we need someone that she fits the character, she can just do that and just
Oh, and she'll
act.
totally do it.
True. You bet I would.
Totally would. Well, I mean, whatever you do, you're gonna be awesome at it. I just know that because I know you and you're awesome.
Kim, I love you. Thank
I
you.
love you.
I love you.
You know
Stop.
what's so crazy for everybody that's listening? Like, I've texted you and like whatever, but like we haven't talked.
I
Just
know. That's
life.
why I'm like, oh, this is so
And that's why we're all
refreshing.
mushy gushy.
I know. I miss our sushi dates. I'm vegan now, but like I miss our sushi dates.
Well, you've been vegan for a while. Or vegetarian.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, you were having stomach problems last time I checked.
yeah, no. So I started.
How's your stomach?
Vegan. She's good.
Good.
Yeah, no, she's actually really good. Being vegan definitely did help, but like I was going through like some health issues, and so like no doctors really knew how to deal with it. So it was kind of just like me taking it into my own hands and being like, okay, what's going on here? I realized that a lot of it actually had to do with stress.
That'll do it, man.
Yeah, go figure. So
I'm surprised about how much like stress has a factor in like weight gain or weight loss or acne or mental
or digestive issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
So literally it has to do with so much. And then like if that's off, then like everything else goes out of whack because nothing's functioning properly. But yeah, so like going vegan definitely did help because it takes so much energy for your body to digest meat. But yeah, so I'm not really like vegan for the animals as much as like, yeah, animals are great, but like I'm more so just doing it for like me and like keeping myself in order. But it's really great because I also like feel a lot lighter and like
I remember when I went vegan, God, like 3 years ago now, and that was the thing was like you feel because listen, like TMI, but everything goes through you, right? You feel
yes.
you
If you're
feel so
yeah,
light 'cause there's like nothing in you because you just let it all out.
literally after everything you eat and it's
Yeah,
like what a relief.
I know. Yeah, no.
TMI, yeah.
Ugh. Well, I'm so glad you're doing great and you're taking care of yourself. And if anybody wants to follow you and see what you're up to, where can they go and do that?
My Instagram is at Arielle, ARIELLEX, and then my middle name Eve. So all together it's Arielle X Eve, EVE. And that's my Instagram handle, and that's pretty much my handle on everything if you look. But yeah, that's where I'll be.
That's so exciting. Well, thank you, Ariel, so much for being on the podcast.
Wait.
Thank you guys for having me.
So-
Jack Danielle, wait, hold on.
Yeah. Hold,
Okay.
I got something.
Yes.
Okay.
So
We're not done with you yet.
yeah, no.
Good.
My one question. So for the year of 2021, what is on your agenda? Like, what do you have coming up?
Okay, so for the year of 2021, okay, so I'm like kind of torn right now because it's like, do I want to like risk jinxing it, but like for accountability and manifestation purposes? So it's like a back and forth here. I do want to say I definitely want to get an agent. That's definitely on my list. And on my New Year's resolutions, I did have that I wanted to be in either 2 films or a film and like a feature film and TV show, or like 2 TV shows, just like, you know, something to like get myself out there. But, you know, it's just going hard all year. I feel like this is a great year for everyone. This is going to be like such a fresh start. But yeah, so that's what's on the agenda right now. So
That's
getting that done.
exciting. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we're working on it.
You need to tell us first when everything happens so we can like post and boast about you.
Oh, for sure.
On the TV.
Oh my god, yeah, you guys will definitely be one of the first that I tell. You know, Doreen needs to know first.
Yeah.
But you'll be up there.
Number 1. You'd be mad if you didn't tell her first, though, too.
Oh my god, yeah, I know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. It's so good to see you guys.
I know. Oh, I love you. I'm gonna come.
I love you.
I'm gonna come see you soon.
Please do. But like when things are safe.
Yes, of course, always.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Ariel.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye.